Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. This is Marvin LeBlanc. Val Solidker is in the house. Oh my goodness. What an unbelievable talent. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a little flip here. All right. Had a little technical difficulty, and it seems like most people had some difficulty today as it relates to connectivity. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Let me back this up a little bit and start by saying welcome. Welcome, everybody. Jonathan is in the house. Val Solidker was involved in a Perry 10K share-a-thon earlier this week, and she had a very you're going to solve all of company problems. Yeah, I really am. But, okay, it's a little bit of an exaggeration because I'm going to have some help, because I just happened to send out basically an alarm looking for the Lisa Illman. Lisa Illman. This is her name, Lisa Illman. Does everybody see that? David Newman, and then that other guy, Marvin LeBlanc. But let's talk about Lisa Illman. Oh, not in a negative way, in an edifying way. Because why? Because she's earned it. She's going to be on a little later on. Oh, Purple Hearts. I love me some purple. Got that little LSU, baby. We love some purple. Let's get some. I wonder if we have a gold heart person here. Do we have a gold heart person? I bet you if we get some more people in the room, just tap, 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 and tap that little Periscope, man. Oh, we got some green. So we got purple and green. All we need now is gold, and then we're going to have the Mardi Gras colors. Purple, gold, and green, baby. Okay, let's rock it. Let's rock it. Also, for all of you that are seeing this for the first time on the Catch replay or on YouTube, know that if you're watching it on YouTube, you won't be able to see all of these wonderful comments. And if you hear me saying tap, 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 or hearts, 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 that's all part of the Periscope software. I'm not actually losing my mind, although many people think I am nuts, which is absolutely fine, because that's half of it. Mike Rosenfeld. Hello, Mike Rosenfeld. Thanks for coming into the house tonight. So our subject is how to solve your problems in 100 minutes. Now, for those who don't know me, I am an entrepreneur. Have been for my entire life since like 1978 when I first started working independently. And so I'm also a personal coach. I am a national motivational speaker, and we're going to have fun tonight. But one of the things that's not fun is when I'm talking to clients. Just recently, last week, I had a client, okay, and they're always having the same problems over and over. Hello, Etoile is in the house. Etoile lives in that Baton Rouge area right now. Okay, so these clients continue to have the same problems in their business. And so that's what made me realize I had to do a scope on how all of these companies can solve their problems inside of 100 minutes. You and your company can solve this problem inside of 100 minutes. You might be able to solve it in less than 100 minutes. So what are we talking about? What we're talking about is creating a problems and answers master list. And it doesn't matter if you want to put it in Pages, if you want to put it in a software Word, if you want to put it in Excel, if you want to use a collaboration software like Asana, and then there's another one I wanted to tell you about, Box, Basecamp, Huddle is another one, and I love the word huddle because one of my marvelous performance systems, that's the name of my company, one of my practices has to do with a huddle, and so I love that name of that particular app. But what we're having is a problem where we're not capturing, either in corporate America, the reason I wanted Lisa Illman on the call is because She deals a lot with corporate America. You see, she's worked at GE. She's worked at Eastman Chemical. She's worked at Hess. Okay, so she's somebody valuable that we can learn from. Does everybody hear me okay? Give me a little shout out. Everybody can hear me okay? Say yes at the bottom. Okay, very good. So here's the situation. Here's what we have. We have a situation, Val, thank you, Val, whereby we need to continue to document the problems that are coming in. And then we want to have in that document space for answers, and space for answers from people who would like to stay anonymous. Hello, Upward Action. Thanks for joining the house. So that if you have a corporation, or if it's small, it could be less than 10 employees, they should feel like they can at least post their answers to a problem. Because you see, what we're seeing a whole lot is people that think, well, there's either a right way or a wrong way. Nope, that's not true. There's not just a right way or a wrong way. Here's a third option like I'd like you to expand. There's more than one right way. Okay? There's more than one right way. We don't want a leader to constantly be telling his people what they should be doing. Here's the secret. Nobody wants to be should on. Did you get that? Nobody wants to be should on. So let your team participate. Tomorrow I'm in the lineup, the Share-a-thon lineup, on how to build teams. And so a little secret, I'm not going to tell you all of the key ingredients on how to build a team tonight. You'll have to look tomorrow. You'll have to look tomorrow. Okay, always worthy? You are always worthy. And you do need to stay away from potty mouth people or people that are non-dreamers. Fin that all. Go pow, pow. Get rid of that and follow people with love, and follow people who are givers, okay? And follow people who embrace their imperfections, because I have them. Can you imagine that? I have them. Look, right there, there's about 70,000 imperfections. It's called white hair, okay? So let's get back to the topic, and the topic is, how can we implement a document or some type of system where, here's the point, guys. I'm seeing all the time where small business owners are constantly resolving the same problem. Thank you for joining in, Jade Tiger. You don't want to keep solving the same problem, especially if you're a small business enterprise. You don't have time. So what you need to have is a problem and answers master list that can serve as a playbook. Why do you need this? Well, the reality is by 2020, over 70% of your workforce is going to be Hispanic. And what I am saying to you is you're going to have turnover in the workplace, either if you have your own employees or if you're doing outsourcing. You're going to have challenges. And so you need one central master list where those problems and answers can all be in one place. Here's the deal. Most of you know the name Gary Vaynerchuk. Is that right? Well, Gary is going to have a book coming out probably in the first quarter of next year. And his idea is basically, it's going to be like, I don't know, 473 questions and answers with Gary V. Okay? Well, essentially, that's the same concept that I'm talking about right here, where we need to document what our problems and answers are to those problems. We don't need to constantly be sawing sawdust, going back to the same problems. So that's what I want to first emphasize of this short scope is, do you or does your company have a problems and answers master list that you can go back to? Does your team members and stakeholders Know where this document is so that you can constantly use one central place to constantly work to massage your processes so that they can become more efficient. Now, as some of you know, in the early 80s, I was a corporate training specialist for the Dale Carnegie courses. And so he has a book, and the name of the book is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. A lot of people know about his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if I give you any side advice today, is that once a year for the rest of your life, you need to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. No matter what happens in the digital world, if you're going to be in this world and you're not going to live 150 miles away from the next human, you need to learn how to constantly focus on getting better with your human relation skills. And quite frankly, he's the father of human personal development. He was doing it back in the 40s, guys. Okay, How to Win Friends and Influence People is something that you need to read once a year for the rest of your life. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, you need to read once a year for the rest of your life. Well, Marvin, what about the top 10 books? Man, are you not listening? I just said that if you're only going to read one book, read those two over and over and over. It doesn't get any better than that. That's how good those books are. What that is going to do for your subconscious mind is unbelievable. You can't imagine what you're going to be like, because right now, here's the secret. Inside you, yes, you right there, is greatness. But you have to be responsible to let it come out. And Periscope gives you that opportunity to let your greatness come out. It gives you an opportunity to hear a great idea from a small town Cajun boy that happened to have an Amazon best-selling book. Can you believe that? How to Win Friends and Influence People. They're scared right now over there at Dale Carnegie. They're wondering if my book, Come Hell or High Water, Life Lessons from Hurricane Katrina, will pass it up. Okay, it probably won't, at least not in my lifetime. But hey, it all starts with a dream, right? So, do you have this document in place? Does your team understand the mindset of constantly working to get answers towards problems? Does your team have the concept? Because this is kind of a core value on my businesses that I own. Don't bring me a problem if you don't already have one or two or even more solutions. I don't want you just to constantly be bringing problems. Think through those problems. What are the solutions? Here's the secret. The best systems that we have didn't come from here. It came from my team members that are obviously a lot smarter than I am. Okay, so give them some ownership. Don't ride so tight on them that they can't feel like they can express. From Dale Carnegie, I would strongly suggest for you to write these 4 questions down. This is good stuff. This is the awesome sauce. You ready? Okay, here we go, Val. Number 1, what's the problem? A lot of people think they know what the problem is, and then whenever they start thinking about it, or other team members hear about it, that's not really the problem. So, first of all, we need to have clarity on what is the problem. Number 2, what are possible solutions to the problem? Now, that's not so simple. I said possible solutions. What we don't want to do is when we have a problem, we come up with a solution. Okay, that's the solution. And we don't look at what all the other possible solutions are. Remember earlier I said there's more than one right way. Okay, so let everybody participate. Don't just jump on that first solution. That might not be the best solution. And number 3, obviously, is what is the best possible solution? Lots of times what the best possible solution is did not come from any one individual. It came from the collaborative experience of several people in the group. And then a solution came up that could not have possibly been developed without the participants without multiple participants. Okay, it's the same as Perry 10K. What this is collaborative participants. This is a platform of tons of dreamers, speakers, consultants, coaches, writers, people that are just starting to discover who their true self is. Okay, so the Perry 10K group is something that you might need to look into if you're a dreamer and you feel like you haven't had a chance to express yourself. This is the place to express yourself. Corporations don't rule the world anymore, folks. The corporation of one, you, rule the world. What's the most important letter in the word value? V-A-L-U-E. Oh, value. Well, if your name is Val, I guess V-A-L is the most important word, most important letter. The most important letter in the word value is you. Yes, you can bring that value, but you have to bring it out because inside you is greatness. And you need to be responsible to share that greatness with all of the rest of the universe. So you can also look at this problems and answer master list, and you can add to the list, you can delete from the list, and you can constantly revise the list. So this particular list is never going to be a finished project. Okay? What the solution is more important than who provided the solution. Let me read that again. What the solution is more important than who provided the solution. There's too many egos and too much bureaucracy in companies. I specialize primarily as an expert in small business entrepreneur because the bigger the company, the bigger the bureaucracy, and the harder it is for me to get positive performance change. And so I love the small business owner. Many of the best marvelous performance systems came about not just from me, but with a collective group. I've already shared that. The other thing that gives me a unique perspective on this is that I've been privileged for several years to speak with thousands of professionals across America, some of the greatest, smartest minds in America. And this topic, this problems and answers constantly come up, and almost never do they have an actual system in place that they can go back and look at. Believe you me, you're going to have more turnover in the next decade with those that you work with than any decade before us since World War II. Okay? That's how much change is happening. The other thing that's changing and improving is I just want to give you a little special shout out because dreams do come true. And I couldn't believe that I actually would ever write the first book, nor did I ever believe it would become an Amazon bestseller. You can buy it on Amazon. That's not what this is about. Or you can buy it straight from my website at MarvinLeBlanc.com, and I'll sign the copy of it for you. But the second book is now coming out, guys. 13 Rules for Solid Business Growth. Marvin LeBlanc, Work Less, Sell Smarter, the Cajun Way. Why I want to show that to you is this book was a result of people saying, Marvin, what questions were you thinking about after that storm where you lost your house, you lost your office, you lost 68% of your income in the first 100 days, and congratulations, Marvin, at 43 years old, you had an opportunity to become homeless. Ow! Ow, man, that hurt. That hurt. It took a decade to kind of come back from that. But I have, and that is the reason why Marvelous Performance Systems is doing so well. Because you see, I'm not just a speaker or trainer or coach or writer. I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm still in the streets. I want you to hear that. I want you to understand that theory mostly exists in the academia world. Everything that I write about is what I'm currently doing. That's a big difference. So I wanted to end with that. I wanted to tell you before I left for tonight that every day, I just made this commitment, every day at 9 a.m. and every night at 9 p.m. I'm going to scope. And so it's Marvelous Mornings with Marvin and Marvelous Evenings with Marvin. And so tomorrow's lineup is tomorrow morning. Shh, this is a secret. Tap, tap, tap. Only tell all of your friends. Hit that little share button, because tomorrow we're going to talk about the formula for reaching desired results. And there's actually, oh, and I'm reading it right here, but I'm not going to tell you. You got to show up. Actually, that's rule number 1 in the law of being referable. You have to show up. And so if you show up tomorrow, I promise you, I'm going to give you my formula that I've used in all of my businesses on how are you going to reach those desired results. So I appreciate this scope. I want to wrap up. I want to make sure that you understand you need to follow Val Silidker. Silidker. Val Silidker. She is an amazing talent. You need to also follow Lisa Illman. Illman. She is a powerhouse, a little dynamo of a lady. She does a lot of what I do, except she does it on a corporate scale. So I mostly hang out in doing keynote and motivational speeches across America to corporations, but most of my coaching has to do with the insurance sales professional or sales professions in general that haven't really made the cut yet from the old way of selling to the new way of selling, because the game has totally changed. I appreciate you for listening. I am a game changer. Inside of you is a game changer. Let it come out. Good night, everybody. Marvin LeBlanc from New Orleans, Louisiana. Peace, love, and gumbo.